Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining our webinar today. We are welcoming Dustin Inezes from PaymentEvolution, Cindy Wo, did I say it right? I hope so, from TSheets, and Leah Green from QuickBook Online.
So hi, I'm Natalie from BNP Better Bookkeeping. I would like to welcome all the attendees too, and also all our speakers. Unfortunately, we are still waiting for Leah from QuickBooks Online, but that shouldn't be a problem. So I hope everybody can hear me well. Okay, perfect. So I would like to talk a little bit about BNP Better Bookkeeping. So what you need to know about us. As I already have mentioned in our previous webinar, we do offer our services in English as well as in German. And I have also mentioned that I do have trades background. I grew up in a trades family, and the majority of our clients are construction companies. So we do know and understand their pain points. Also, we work completely paperless, all on cloud-based softwares. And before I started my bookkeeping company, I used to work at an immigration service. How handy is that? I also know what you need to watch and keep in mind if you would like to hire foreign workers, and what their work permits say, if they are legally allowed to work with your company and your trades and all that kind of stuff. So what we do for you regarding payroll services. So we do run payrolls for companies up to 75 employees, and doesn't matter if it's a salary, hourly wage, or if it needs to be run on a monthly basis, bi-weekly or weekly. We also make sure that you stay compliant regarding the question if you have an employee or a subcontractor, which is a common issue in the construction industry. Of course, we take care of issuing record of employments, T4 slips and summaries, T4As and T5018 slips for the subcontractor payments. We do help setting up the benefit plans through the PaymentEvolution, which Dustin probably is going to be able to tell more about. We are helping our clients tracking time with ease through the TSheets. We create the PD7A reports. The payroll remittance can be paid like automatically through the PaymentEvolution. So as a business owner, you don't even need to worry about that. We not only actually run the payroll for our clients, we also offer a support, and we do set up the softwares and integrated apps and in the right way. So, and we also offer with that the training sessions for your employees who will take care of running the payroll. And we do offer a monthly support. So if you have any questions or issues with any of the apps, you only need to call one number, and that's mine. So our tools. Here we can see the tools we use for the payroll. Of course, the main tool is the cloud-based payroll software PaymentEvolution, which integrates with the TSheets for time tracking, as well as with QuickBooks and QuickBooks Online. So you get pushed your payroll expenses and liabilities right to the corresponding accounts in your accounting software. Yeah, so let me check if Leah is already here. No, okay, then I think, why don't you, Sandy, tell us a little bit more about how TSheets will change business owners' lives?
Sounds good, Natalie. Do you mind just giving me the presenter mode? Sure. I can share my screen.
So now you should be able to, right? No?
Perfect. All right. Can you guys see my screen okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for inviting us. We're super excited to be here. Just like Natalie said, my name is Sandy Bowe. I work at the TSheets team as a senior product marketing manager here. Super excited to walk you through what TSheets has to offer. So, you know, we partner with amazing accountant and bookkeepers like Natalie here to help identify clients that need help with streamlining their time tracking processes for payroll and invoicing. So today I will walk you through a little bit of research that TSheets runs quite often around time tracking, and specifically within the construction industry as well. I'll also go through the value behind automating your time tracking solution, and then walk through a quick demo of TSheets so you can see exactly how it works. And then feel free to ask questions along the way, and we'll make sure we answer them at the end of the webinar. Perfect. So I know my accent, I'm from Australia, so I do tend to talk quite fast, so feel free to let me know to slow down. I've been meaning to try and work on that, but first, I do want to run through some research. So this is something the TSheets team loves to do just so we can better understand, you know, the market and how people are tracking their time. So we did a survey and had 500 anonymous respondents and found that 1 in 3 workers admit to buddy punching or clocking someone else in. So if you haven't heard of the word buddy punching before, it's basically, you know, maybe somebody was running late and they call their buddy at work and they're like, hey, do you mind just clocking me in really quick? Because they'll be 10 minutes late. So to a small business owner, this is so critical when you're trying to, you know, make ends meet and really, really save every minute counts, right? So trying to eliminate buddy punching by automating this process and having a way to not only not have people do this, but streamline this process for you as a business owner as well. So it was a very interesting stat there. Our next one was 45% of people admit to regularly submitting incorrect timesheets. So what that means is they may round their timesheets up 15 minutes. Just say if you, maybe it's a Friday and you're supposed to work till 5 o'clock, well, it hits about 4:30 and you're ready to leave. Well, some people might write down that it's 5 p.m. when in actual fact they left at 4:30. So the whole reason TSheets actually got started was Matt Russell, who was a co-founder of TSheets, owned 3 franchise locations and had about 30 employees across the 3. And he noticed that his employees were shaving or rounding up, you know, 10, 15 minutes, up to 30 to an hour of time on their timesheets. When he calculated all of that up, it ended up being about $2,500 each payroll. You can imagine if you had a payroll every 2 weeks for the rest of the year, how much money that can cost a small business. So really interesting stat here. The next one's 48% of Canadian construction workers, this is specific to the construction industry, keep track of their own hours at work, and over 50% of them say that they track it on paper or spreadsheets. So you can imagine when you are writing your time on paper, you're just writing 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours, or you're writing 9 to 5. So we try to eliminate all of those manual processes so that your employees actually have an easier way to track their time. And then lastly, 1 in 4 say that factoring hours when performing job cost estimates is super challenging for their business. So you can imagine, like, for a small business too, when they're trying to do job costing, how critical it is for them to have their labor hours inputted correctly there. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is you're probably wondering, okay, why does this matter to me? Well, I'm hoping that if you put yourself in a small business shoes, and does this really happen to you? Do you have visibility into this? This is where we come in to help automate all those processes for you, so you don't have to worry about those things. So just wanted to touch on a couple things on why you would want to streamline your time tracking processes. Similar to what I'd mentioned, we partner with PaymentEvolution. We're part of the QuickBooks family now too, to help streamline your payroll processes. A big chunk of the manual process to get to payroll is the actual time collection. You can imagine if you're doing it on paper time cards, and just say you might have 10 employees, they would all have to write all those hours on the piece of paper. You or Natalie would have to go in and manually input all those hours in. So we try and streamline all those processes for you so you can spend your time where it matters most. So on average, we actually save up to 6% on your payroll costs just from tracking accurate time. We decrease the time it takes for you to process your payroll. It actually decreases almost up to 3 hours, depending on how many employees you have. If you do have billable hours, we actually help increase your billable hours up to 11%. So just because of you tracking your time accurately in that standpoint. But then on the management side of things, we have GPS tracking within the mobile app. So especially in the construction industry, when you're working on different clients and different job sites, having the GPS on the app, you can keep track of your employees from site to site. And that's super critical for a business owner. You never need to, text or ask the question of where your employees are. You can check all of that from your TSheets dashboard. Perfect. Let me just jump into the product really quick. I wanted to just show you a couple features of how you would track time within TSheets. The first thing here is through the web dashboard. So this is on your computer, but you can actually track time on your computer, your phone, your smartphone, or a tablet as well. So I'll quickly show the computer and a tablet type way of tracking your time, and then our GPS functionality, and then lastly is our reports. So as you can see here, when you log in, you'll be at the administrator on the account, which means that you have all permissions to customize your account to how it fits best for you. I'm currently clocked into Air Canada, as you can see, and my time is ticking over here. It'll capture a timestamp of when you clocked in. And for example, like I said, if you're working on different job sites throughout the day, you can easily switch. So just say I'm done with Air Canada, I'm now going to work on City Hall. I'm just going to go ahead and click switch. You can see my current time starting back at 0, and you can see your day totals and week totals as well. So this is the accurate capturing of your time to the specific jobs or clients that you're working with. You can also add notes here, so you can say, forgot my boots, need to complete the rest of the job tomorrow. And this will be tied to that timesheet, so then whoever the manager or administrator is will be able to see that note on that timesheet as well. Once somebody clocks in, you can actually see them on this Who's Working window on the right-hand side. You can see all your employees who are clocked in, and then you can actually see, if I click here, all employees, you can see who aren't clocked in as well. So maybe these 3 aren't supposed to be on the job right now, but they clock in tomorrow. You'll see them all clocked in with this green little dot here. The great thing about tracking time on the app is that it captures that GPS point as well. So in order to identify those that have that GPS point, it's this little balloon icon here. You can either click on the map here, and you'll see exactly where that employee is. I can zoom out. Unfortunately, I didn't have multiple phones on me today, but if you had multiple employees that had that GPS on their app, then you'll actually see all of them on one map. So they could be all across town, right? And you can see all of them there. And you can also view their breadcrumb trail from when they clocked in to when they clocked out as well. Perfect. So that's tracking time on the computer and obviously on the app as well. The other way you can track time is through the kiosk. This is where you can use either a laptop computer or a tablet. This is really handy if you have employees that are supposed to come into the office each day. Let me just quickly launch it. And this is really easy to use because if you have employees coming in the office all day, we actually have it set up at our office, and we have just under 400 employees here. So when you walk in, we actually have the tablet mounted on the wall. And when you go in, you actually just click your name. So I'm Sandy, I'm already clocked in. Let's see if I can find somebody else. Let's say John. If I put in my 4-digit PIN, I should be able to clock in. So you can also see my face. Hi, everyone. So we actually have facial recognition that you can turn on within the kiosk too. So when I mentioned about buddy punching earlier, this is a great way to eliminate buddy punching because of the facial recognition. So basically when I click, oh no, I'm not done. So when I click on the customer that I'm working on, so smile, clocked in, it'll take a photo of me, and the machine learning will actually know their facial points and notify the manager if it's not that person. So that's been a really popular feature with a lot of people that have employees on site that can clock in, on site, and each employee can go in one at a time here. Pretty cool. That's been one of our fun new features we've released. Let me log back in. The last thing I wanted to show you, actually I forgot to mention this earlier, was our scheduling feature. So not only do we offer time tracking, but we offer scheduling as well. So if you have job sites and you want to assign those shifts to those employees, you can actually just go and use our schedule. Really simple. Instead of texting your employees or emailing or giving them a call, once you create a shift for that employee, so for example, Hugh Jackman, one of my favorite actors, I wish he works for me, but I can say I want Hugh to work from 9 to 4:30, assign a color to it, and you can assign multiple employees to it as well, and then select the customer. You can actually add the location of that customer as well. And when I click publish, this will send a notification to Hugh, especially if he has the app, it'll notify him right away of this shift, all the details that I've provided here. And we actually have a feature with the mobile app is that because this location, the address is set up in here, when he hits the CN tower, like when he walks into the CN tower, it'll notify him on the app to say, hey, it looks like you've reached a job site. Would you like to clock in? So that's one of our new geofencing location aware features that helps, remind employees to clock in when they hit the job site. Perfect. So once they know how to schedule and they start tracking their time, you can actually run reports here. We have over 40 reports that you can run within TSheets. So if there's something that you're looking for but you can't find, feel free to let us know. We're more than happy to help here. But quickly, one of my favorites is the project report. Let's see when I have time. I'll just run the report really quick. It'll show all your time that's been tracked. It'll break it down by customer, groups, employees. You can view these by timesheets, but you can also view an employee job costing report as well. So you can run these for certain periods of time to see that breakout. If you don't want to use the reporting in here, all this time actually streamlines over into QuickBooks, and it goes into PaymentEvolution for payroll as well. So when you use the power of TSheets, QuickBooks, and PaymentEvolution together, you're streamlining all of your processes there. Cool, so that's a piece of the demo. Let me jump back here. So that's it on the TSheets side. Hopefully I gave you enough information to just share like what the value behind TSheets and automating your time tracking means. If you are interested, feel free to sign up for a free trial or work through Natalie, and they can definitely help get you set up. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Sandy.
Yeah,
I love that. Okay, so why don't we jump to Dustin now?
It sounds like a plan. That's not a problem whatsoever. Let's do it.
Right? Okay.
No problem.
Yeah,
Seems
I
like
think now we can see your screen, right? Yeah.
my screen. Okay, fantastic. So, thanks again for having us on here, Natalie. I think it's actually super important for us to have these conversations with a lot of our our partners, and we're noticing that a lot of people obviously need that type of integrations and help with the different apps that are out there to make lives easier for for all the clients that you manage, as well as all the businesses that you help and take care of. So I'm actually, my name is Dustin. I'm actually the director of sales for the PaymentEvolution payroll product. We are the premier payroll solution for cloud businesses out there. We've been around for about 10 years, and a lot of people are using us. And actually, I have a little bit of a question here that I want to get people to ponder, which is, there are about 2 million medium-sized businesses here in Canada. What do they all have in common? And the average person will say, well, that's not a trick question, Dustin. That's everybody needs payroll, right? Because we're talking about payroll. But no, what ends up happening is that they all need to pay somebody. This is something of importance because you need to pay vendors, you need to pay contractors, you need to pay yourself if you're a business owner, and you need to pay employees. So PaymentEvolution can definitely have a handle in helping you out with all of that type of stuff. So again, we've been around for about 10 years. We're actually a Canadian company that's, like I said, been around for about a decade, focused on Canadians specifically here, as well as we're fully compliant across all provinces and territories. We actually integrate with all accounting softwares, all major accounting softwares, especially QuickBooks Online. And one of the reasons why people really like us and why many people start using us is threefold. Number one is people feel that we're cost effective. It's something that's really awesome. We provide some really great support, and on top of that, we get a chance to integrate with multiple systems, kind of like QuickBooks Online and TSheets, as mentioned before. And we also have the ability of doing things like we have a full-on group employee benefits brokerage that can help provide additional services for your clients when they're looking to retain top talent and maybe grow their practice or grow their business in general, and then we're able to provide benefits for them as well. So one of the things that people really love, and what they don't know actually about PaymentEvolution that they love, is actually we're helping about 20,000 businesses right now. We're actually more getting up towards 30,000 businesses. That's 300,000 users on our platform, and people love the fact that it's super fast, it's really efficient, and it's accessible from anywhere because we're focusing on being a cloud product. And it really allows you yourself, the client, to actually have the ability to have that constant conversation with your employees, because it allows you guys to have that conversation more in depth about scheduling and what's it called, where they're on the job site, as kind of Sandy mentioned about TSheets, and also what they're getting paid and all that jazz. So there's a lot of great stuff that's available for them, including like an employee portal that we'll be talking about right now, which is called Paychecker, and self-serve employee portal, which is super cool because your employees will be able to basically have a breakdown of their historical information, their current pay stubs, past pay stubs, as well as their tax forms when it comes available to them, since it's something that we'll be able to upload and show there. And the other thing that it's kind of really cool is, there's this integration with this company called Zayzoon that is trying to mitigate the whole payday loan scenario. It allows for employees to be able to borrow from themselves and their salary. So this might be an option for those who may need an advance in a scenario, in an offshoot scenario. Take a look at it. It might be a really good option for you to be able to help out your clients, your employees, and ultimately the people that you're working with and paying. Of course, we have that flexibility with multiple platforms that we work with, and so the big ones right now that we want to talk about is obviously QuickBooks, online. We happen to also work with QuickBooks Desktop if people are still using that and kind of converting themselves into the cloud. But of course, good old TSheets, the party app as we call them here in PaymentEvolution. We love these guys. We integrate with them as Sandivo kind of explained in the actual demo, and also with Zayzoon and many others, of course. And if there's a need for us to integrate with others that you feel are kind of, important for us to do so, let us know. We're always adding to our integrations every single week. So let us know how we can, think about other tools that could be helpful for you. One of the other things that we're also that people are not aware of is the ability to pay vendors. And so, it's simple. We actually work alongside QuickBooks Online, where we get the invoices approved there, and then we're able to make direct payments to those vendors with a click of a button, and then it'll automatically reconcile to QuickBooks Online. So why is that important? Well, it's very simple. That means that all the information that you're going to be using from all these apps is recorded accurately for your bookkeeping and your accounting. Right? It's going to be really awesome, and you'll actually receive the vendor or the person that you send the money to will receive an email notification of the payment. And you know what? It's super cost effective. We put the cost on here specifically because we want people to know that it's cost effective. It's 85 cents per payment, and it's something that might be really beneficial for you guys instead of sending regular, electronic fund transfers, or if you're using any type of e-transfer capabilities from banks, you'll notice that it's more expensive. One of the things that we talk about a lot of that I think is of great value is the ability of providing benefits for your business. Individual and group benefits packages are available. There's an online quoting tool that we have that you can access through PaymentEvolution, and in an easy 5-step process, you can actually get a quote online. And because we're always looking to help out the clients, we're always going to find the most competitive prices on the market. So we work with alongside all the different carriers out there to find the best rate possible for your business and your employees. This is great because you might want to, again, increase your retention of your employees and top talent that you have by, providing a benefit. And, here's a bit of a funny tidbit of information. Most people would be willing to forego up to $5,000 of the salary or of income if they have benefits. So this might be a really great way to, one, be cost effective and provide some retention for your employees that are looking to be alongside you for some time. And on top of that, if you have any additional questions, we have a full-on brokerage here that will be able to help you provide, any insights to the benefit side of things as you guys grow and want to grow with your employee and providing these types of benefits to your employees. Aside from that, I'm giving my name and number here because sometimes people call for support or things of that nature. We're always here to help. It's one of our values here at PaymentEvolution. I know that for a fact that Natalie does a great job at supporting her clients, but I always make myself available just in case she goes on vacation and she needs some time and some help. We always make myself available for her. So there's my number just in case. We're willing to give it out. But that's pretty much us for here at PaymentEvolution, Natalie. And if you'd like to take the reins back, that'd be probably fantastic.
Great, thank you so much, Dustin. Sounds good. So I will let you know up front if I'm going on vacation.
Yes, please do.
Okay. So yeah, unfortunately, we are missing out on the amazing Leah from QuickBooks Online for this time, but I'm sure next time she will be joining us again. Okay, so it looks like we don't have any questions or concerns. Well, I would say then I would like to let you get back to your work and your day a little bit earlier than we scheduled, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week and hope to see you in our next webinar. Thank you so much. And
thank you for having us.
thank you for joining us.